consent items pulled for discussion. And so I think Councilmember Becker, you pulled item 4, was it O?
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you want to come forward? Oh. Not yet. Sorry. Is that what you're here for, item 9? Okay. We're going to get there very soon, I promise. Thank you for your patience. All right. Is it 4O?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor. So item 4O is I have no issue with reappointing anyone on this commission, on these commissions, although that I do want to make sure that my vote is specified and noted. And the reasons for this are because of this. There is a commissioner on our Santa Clara Parks and Rec Commission, Commissioner Burt Field. And over the last summer, there were certain specific comments that were made on the public domain, which, you know, I find it ironic that we're sitting here talking about ethics and values and, you know, public trust and review. And oftentimes I see many people do specific things and they get away with it, more so than more others. So I want to read to you some of the comments that were said during the last election.
I'm going to stop you right here, Commissioner Becker. If you intend on attacking one of our commissioners.
Mayor Gilmore, I'm in the middle of a conversation.
Excuse me, about a political campaign. I think that's inappropriate. No, I'm telling you, it's inappropriate to bring up campaign. This is to approve commissioners' attendance.
Mayor?
But if you're going to take one commissioner and start attacking them, I'm going to say stop, please.
Can I finish, please? Thank you.
If you start attacking, I'm going to gavel you down. I'm telling you right now.
No, it's funny that you're defending somebody that's actually on your side all the time. So I want to say what I want to say. And I think it's very inappropriate that you continually interrupt me or any of the council members here.
I do not want our council
Mayor?
to be attacking members of our public or members of our commissions, period.
This is what I deal with on a weekly basis.
It's inappropriate, and I'm not going to stand
inappropriate,
for
Mayor.
it.
It's not inappropriate when I'm saying something that needs to be said.
Oh, keep going, but if you start attacking, I'm going to stop it. Because that's not what we're here for.
Individuals specifically said this as a commissioner, we are held to a high standard. When I was a commissioner, as a planning commissioner, I was held to a high standard. I remember one time I said a comment online saying, this is crazy, I can't believe they did this. I was told you need to watch what you say online, Mr. Becker. You have ethics and values to uphold. So over the summer, I saw comments like this. There's easy ways to doing a recall, much like shooting a loaded gun. Ready, aim, fire. Sure sounds a whole lot better than ready, fire, aim. Now, I made a report of that to the police. I brought this up that I never have seen a commissioner or even one of these council members up here say words like that, ever. I expected an apology. I never got one. But yet, what's funny is there was a recent comment that says, the two outstanding members of our local community think it would be a good idea to file a police report that claim a false death threat was made against them. I think for someone to say that and disregard someone who considers a threat against an elected official. Now, I'm on the Caltrain board, and there was a member who was making threats to individuals on the Caltrain board. His name was Roland, I believe it was. He was arrested and banned from showing up to meetings because of that behavior. When I see things like this, and I experienced a lot of problems this last fall, anywhere from hate to these kind of threats. So when we have these discussions of public trust and review and ethics, these are the ethics we should be standing up for, is you do not go and say things like that, especially if you're a commissioner in the city of Santa Clara. I think it's inappropriate, and it's far beyond the political theater that happens here often. Far beyond. I, nor anyone on this council, has ever made specific threats like that. And I want to say too, Mayor, and to Councilmember Watanabe, This is for all of us. If anyone ever said anything that was similar to that, and it was towards you or Councilmember Watanabe,
You're
I
way,
would
way
defend
out of
you.
line here. Just way out
No,
of
it's-
line.
it's a
No.
threat.
You know what? Enough.
So therefore,
You're done.
I make
Please
a motion.
Stop. Please stop.
I'm in the middle of a motion.
You're done.
No, I'm not done, Mayor, because I put up with this for far too long.
You
So
are done.
My motion,
I'm not accepting the motion. Assistant
My
City Clerk,
motion-
would you read when the gavel is pounded?
my motion,
Assistant City Clerk, please read when you gavel, the member is supposed to stop. Stop. I'm not accepting any more attacks on myself, on Councilmember Watanabe, on a
So I get
member of
attacked all
the
week?
commissions.
All
No,
meetings?
no.
oh, this is
Stop.
corrupt. This is corrupt.
Did you want me to read that?
Yes, please read it because
Here, gavel.
people don't seem to understand that.
Use of the gavel
Understand.
indicates all conversations must conclude and everyone in attendance should come to order and attention.
Thank you very much. I think, could you print copies for the council on that?
Maybe you should read it too.
All right, you've had your say. Is there anyone that would like to make a motion on this? All right, Councilmember Jane.
Yes, I was looking at the minutes for the Parks and Rec Commission meeting from November 15th, 2022. It was consider a request from the Santa Clara Youth Soccer League for a financial grant to the amount of $6,693 from the Wade Brummel Youth Sports Grant Foundation. Mr. Field is a commissioner. He's also an employee of the Santa Clara Youth Soccer League, and he voted in favor of this. So I'm not sure if he's abiding by recusal rules since he's an employee of the Youth Soccer League and is voting for things to benefit the Youth Soccer League. Also, there's a number of cases where Mr. Field has attacked a number of people on the council in blogs and has participated in political events, and including one coordinated with the mayor in October of 2020, and yet the mayor's public calendar shows 0 meetings with Burt Field. I find that very interesting. Thank you.
All right, Councilmember Park.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to council members talking about the issue, whether there is a reason to approve or not approve anything, I think they should be given the benefit of the doubt to speak. I just did a quick search on just Burt Field, Santa Clara, and it is pretty clear that a lot of the things that he is saying, what he's doing, is not how I would like Santa Clara represented. And this being the case, I generally don't look at blogs because, as I say, anyone can have an opinion. But when the opinion gets out and has the supposed authority of the city of Santa Clara behind it, I think that's a problem. I mean, that is actually the problem. Didn't actually give a book to any one person. It was for a title. And when you've got titles and you've got people representing the city with, supposedly city seal used as profile badges, then I think it goes far beyond just personal opinion. I think that at that point, it does require a little bit more thought. And I'm going to say I will not be in support of reappointing Burt Field for Parks and Rec.
Councilmember Chahal?
Thank you, Mayor. So there's a difference between free speech and opinions versus threats. And I was in that particular policy advisory committee for VTA when Roland spoke something about, and he threatened, I think, even lesser terms than what we heard in our city, basically. And he was arrested. He was arrested for that. And he was arrested as well as debarred from attending any future policy advisory committee meetings of the VTA. And this is on record, basically. And keeping in view, like, there should be some limits of what we talk, what we speak, in terms of not expressing our opinion. Yeah, we all have opinions. I can like somebody's opinion. I may not like that person's opinion. Doesn't matter. It's okay. But I cannot ask him to not express himself or herself. But if there are particular threats that targets on their back, that is a threat. I don't know how other people can interpret it other way around. These are threats, basically. I would have thought that leadership of Santa Clara could have taken action not today, much before today, basically. So keeping in view what I heard and I read about it, I will not be supporting the motion to appoint Mr. Burt Field too. Thank you.
Councilmember Watanabe?
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm taking a look at the list of commissioners here and the attendance roster, and I see that under the Cultural Commission attendance, Jonathan Marinaro has 4 unexcused absences. And when I served as a library board trustee, my understanding, and I understand it still holds true for any commissioner, that if you have 3 unexcused absences, you are not reappointed. And so, if we're going to, the behavior that is occurring right now is just so petty. It's ridiculous, and I'm sorry that our new city attorney is witnessing this in his very first meeting in these chambers. But if you are going to get into semantics and you're going to pick on such ridiculous excuses to remove people just because, again, as I said last week in defense of Kurt Vartan, and after he was attacked by Vice Mayor Park and with a book and just in a way to mock him and humiliate him. That's what's happening again here now. So what is this council? Is this going to be the new norm? Let's attack people on the dais that we have issues with? Is that what this council is about? Is that what drives this city forward? We just had a mom just talk about the International Swim Center and being leaders and how these assets develop our city and build leadership amongst our youth. And this is what we have going on our dais right now again. So again, I will reiterate what I said last week, that if you have an issue with somebody, whether it's Burt Field or Kurt Vartan or me or the mayor, because there have been comments made this evening, unfair comments made very subtly, but they were there. They were still stated. If you have an issue, take it outside, because that's where it belongs. This dais is to do the business of the people of the city of Santa Clara, not to take care of your issues that you have with people. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Watanabe. That was very well put. There's many commissioners that don't support me politically, but I support the fact that they are spending their time doing good work for the city, for the commissions that they serve on. This is going to be the new litmus test, that if you don't support members of this council politically, they're going to throw you off commissions. It's going to take a real chilling effect on people applying for our commissions, because that will be the litmus test. If I don't have political support, or if someone says something about me during a campaign, I'm never going to have a chance to serve this city. And that's what you're saying. You are unfairly targeting this gentleman who has been on our Parks and Recreation Commission, who's given a lot back to the city, because he didn't support you politically for an office. That's wrong. And all of you are piling in on him. He's not even here to defend himself. I think we even have a process for removing commissioners. But the fact that you're saying it because you're not being supported politically and we're wasting our city time talking about this council, along with the last couple of weeks when I wasn't here, has really hit a new low, a new low in terms of the way we're treating people and the respect for our citizens, our commissioners, our residents, our business owners. It's just wrong, and I'm really embarrassed. Councilmember Becker.
Again, this is not a political issue. This is someone who made, I don't care what he says. It's free speech, whatever he says he wants to say. I don't care if he supports me or doesn't support me. But for any of us, for someone to say stuff like that, you don't say that in this day and age during gun violence. You do not say things like that. So I'm willing to make a motion to approve the entire list of applicants, but I am going to refrain from reappointing and voting against.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I'm coming up to speed in a number of areas here. One of the areas I've not come fully up to speed yet on are your procedures for managing, reappointing, potentially censuring, for conduct, members of your boards and commissions. A couple of issues raised tonight are potentially issues of concern. Other issues may not be a basis under your existing policies for not approving a reappointment. So what I would ask the council to consider is to trail this item to give my office and me an opportunity to come up to speed on what these standards are so that I can appropriately advise you on the parameters for your action. I'm noticing here you're ahead of the game on this one. We all felt a little behind the game on the budget approval with how that came to us. But it looks like these terms, at least if I'm understanding the staff report correctly, aren't due to expire until the end of June. So that would give me a little bit of an opportunity to look at some of these. And then this could either come back with the full panel for your consideration or potentially with individuals identified that may have issues and might require further analysis. So Madam Mayor, Council, that would be my recommendation for you tonight, to trail this item, to give me an opportunity to dig a little bit deeper into this process, and make sure I'm better equipped to advise you on this.
Thank you. So that would be a motion to continue.
I'd like to make that motion to continue per our council.
And Madam Mayor, if I might, I'm sorry, if I could clarify, there's a lot of other actions bundled in this that have you taking steps in order to advertise availability for other positions. So my recommendation to continue the item would only be with respect to the reappointments. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Okay.
So I'd like to make the motion then to continue the reappointments, but to go forward with our open approvals so that we can meet the schedule we put forward to take in applications and to do interviews.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. I have some committee members, community members on the line. Lee, go ahead, Lee. You're muted. There you
Hi,
go.
I'm Lee Brofman. I am a library trustee member. So I guess I should be really quaking in my boots that you're going to appoint me, because I have been a supporter of open government and so I guess I should. I'm not resigning my position. So you're going to have to come after me. Thank you.
Thank you. Nora, is that you?
That's me.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify, so per the charter, section 1004 states that a board member or commissioner is declared as a deemed vacancy when they've missed 3 meetings consecutively. And so I just wanted to clarify that for the record.
Oh, thank you for that.
Because I know there are some here that have a couple, but they're not consecutively.
All right. Thank you for that.
And then, if I may just also note, the reason we start early in the process is to allow for a recruitment of six weeks. In the event we don't yield a good-sized pool, we can extend, and we can march in a timely manner to get people appointed and get started by July 1st.
Thank you very much. And so to the motion, Councilmember Park, Councilmember Hardy, your name's still up. Do you want to
sorry.
talk? Okay. Councilmember Park to the motion.
Yeah, I don't, this was previous, for the previous motion. I will withdraw my.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion and a second for part of that. Did I go to I went to the public already on that, right? Okay. And it also give the person that they're talking about a chance to even come here and defend themselves, so I think that's important that the council not take action when nobody's here to defend themselves. All right. Assistant City Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Watanabe.
Yes.
Councilmember Shahal.
Yes.
Councilmember Hardy.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Park.
Yes.
Councilmember Jane.
Yes.
Councilmember Becker.
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore.
Yes. That passes unanimously. Ma'am, were you on item number 7?